you're a woman of God, you can't do what everyone else does. You probably try and fail miserably. You automatically have discernment that others do not have. You hear from God. You get visions. You get dreams. God speaks to you. He tells you where to go, where not to go. And you're still wondering if you're a child of God. You're still playing in the world. You're still playing in the world. You still want to have worldly friends. You want to have a worldly spouse, boyfriend. You're still playing in the world. You want to play with worldly people. You want to go to worldly places and do worldly things, and then you wonder why you can't. Everybody else could do it, and it's normal for them. Every time you try or attempt to do these things, you feel uneasy. You feel anxiety. You feel out of place. You feel uneasy, like God is telling you, why are you here? You're anxious. You can't even be still. You can't even be at peace with these people and locations because you're not called to be there and you know it. But you're like, oh, my sister can go, my cousin can go, my friend can go. You're not them. You're called. You're not the same. Your discernment is high. You two could do the same exact things, but your discernment is like, oh, this is terrible. I know I shouldn't do this. I know I'm going to pay for this. That other person is at peace. They're living, they're loving, and they have no problem with it. They don't even consider it sin. They consider it fun. But you hear that inner voice, that spirit inside of you that's telling you, you're not supposed to be here. You know you shouldn't be drinking this. You know you shouldn't be with this person. And you're trying to ignore that spirit. You're trying to ignore it, and you wonder why your life isn't going the way it should. And yes, a few years ago, you might have been able to do it with no problem. You felt like it was fun, actually. You didn't have an issue doing it, but you are different now. You can't do it anymore. You're not at peace anymore. It doesn't feel good anymore. That's because God is snatching you away and out. And you're trying to repress it. You're trying not to listen. You're trying to stay stagnant and stuck. When you're growing, you have growing pains. So it's a separation. So you're growing away from these environments, away from these people, and it does not feel comfortable. But you know what happens when you don't grow? The Bible says that the Lord will turn you over to a reprobate mind. A reprobate mind. What does that mean? He'll let you wallow and live in that sin. He'll let you. That's when people tend to lose their minds. When people have all of these mental health disorders, that's what it's going to look like when you're over to a reprobate mind. Your thoughts are so lustful, sinful, full of desire, pride, anger, everything that is separate from God. That's what your mind is going to turn into, everything. So we see people like this. We see it. They're trying to turn away from the call that God has on them and the life they're supposed to be living, and they're turned over to a reprobate mind, and those people are scary. What it's making me think about is Sodom and Gomorrah, in that story where the people were turned over to a reprobate mind, that the men, they were so lustful that they were trying to, how could I say this word? They were trying to sexually assault someone that was just supposed to be passing through. They were trying so bad that God basically struck them blind so they could stop banging on the door. Do you know, even when they were struck blind, they were still trying to bang on the door and they still couldn't even see? They literally had no eyesight, but they were still trying to bang on the door to get in to sexually assault somebody. That's turned over to a reprobate mind. Like, you can't even think of anything else. You're not even focused on the fact that you're blind. You can't even physically see anymore. Like, the lust has taken over to the point where I have to have it. And this is happening in modern times today. We have men, I don't even know if I'm able to say this on. We have people that turn into bestiality. It's so many things that I can't even probably say on this app. These people are turned over to a reprobate mind because of their disobedience. So ask yourself, is it really worth it? Or maybe you just be uncomfortable for a little bit while you're in your growing pains with Christ, okay? Because I promise you, coming out on the other side with Christ will be 1,000,000 times better than what the world is doing. So pray about it. Change your heart, change your environment, change your mind, change your life.